All right, y'all. So, this is something that I have been literally suppressing for months on end. And why I do this, why do I let stuff build up so much like this? Maybe I just get tired of speaking about similar things over and over again, but I know that life is repetitious. And before I start this video or get into this video, I would just like to ask any of you if you would like to help support me, if you would like to donate to my PayPal, or if you would like to go on my Medium website where I'm going to be putting my writings and other things that I do. I will leave the links down in the description. So if you can support me, support me and go click on those links. That's the way that you can help me out on this channel. But I don't know why I let this stuff build for so long. Like, I get back into this habit of thinking that everything is like everything's looking up kind of again, you know? And I know that that is kind of like a front. It's kind of like denial on my part because I'm acting as if there's not things in me that build up as a human. You know what I mean? Like, I am not okay. Like, I am usually never okay. So this is why I get it's why I get like this way when people ask me how are you doing or something like that. It's like if I know that I have to answer honestly, it's like I'm going to have to speak about how I really feel, like what's really going on. And sometimes even though I don't want to lie, I really don't want to lie to people. I just say, yeah, I'm okay. I'm all right. And they even know, they can even sense like something is a little off. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, as long as we are human beings, nothing is ever going to be okay all the way. Like, it's this thing where I've got to stop letting stuff build up so much before I talk about it or get it off my chest. Because if I'm being honest, I'm usually never okay. If someone would ask, "Oh, are you okay? How are you doing?" Oh, well, be happy. And it's like this is something that my mom kind of says to me jokingly, is kind of like, be happy, Nate. But that's just not. I'm usually not a happy guy. I'm usually miserable. I'm usually moody. But that doesn't mean that I don't have days where I'm into something I'm doing. It doesn't mean that I don't have times when I'm making my music and I'm really feeling it and I'm like, oh, I'm going to do a feel good song because I'm feeling this. And everything that I put into my artistry and my writings, that is my thoughts. That is my personalities. I'm kind of like the guy in Split, you know what I'm saying? Because we all have different personalities, whether we want to admit it or not. We all have different personalities. There's no such thing as split personality disorder. Every person I have ever known has different personalities. There is the personality where you're miserable or not in a good mood. There's the personality where you're in a good mood. There's a personality where you want to be left alone. There's a personality where you want to socialize and you want people to see what you're doing and you want to express yourself. So I know all that, but If I'm being honest here, if I'm really being honest, and right now I am sick, I have a little bit of a sore throat and I'm coughing up like dark yellow brown stuff. But that's good though, because I haven't been sick for a long time. So I think my immune system needs that. But I lost train of thought here. But I'm just, if I'm being honest, lately I have just been feeling like this midlife sadness, like everything seems to be silent right now. Does anybody have that same feeling, like the world, even though there's all this bullshit going on and there's all this chaos, it kind of feels like everything is like stopped or something. It doesn't seem like too many people are uploading to the internet. It kind of seems like people kind of stepped back a little bit. I don't know if it's just me, or because I have been stepping back from the internet a little bit just to get my mind right, because I do need that silence sometimes. But at the same time, the pros of this I cannot take for granted because it's all that I have, like it's all that I have left as a person. So I just cannot take that for granted at all. And only if I could get a little more support on this channel financially, or more support with my craft and stuff, that would make me feel better. But I know that I can't depend on that, because I can't depend on other people to support, me as an artist or a person. But that helps tremendously. But it's just, I really been wondering if I want to express my mental health on this channel, because how that will correlate into my writings and how that will correlate into my music in the future. Because this is something that I want to talk about. I have this kind of obsessive compulsiveness that I have too. I'm someone that is very obsessive compulsive. I'm like a perfectionist when it comes to my craft. I can't have like a misspelled word in my writing, or if my music doesn't sound like 90% there, I won't put it out. I won't do whatever. But the thing is, this has been making me procrastinate for years and years and years, and it has literally destroyed my precious time that I have. And I'm a little mad at myself for that. I'm a little upset at myself for that. I really am. But I can't keep focusing on this shit. I can't keep beating myself down over this dumb little stupid shit. Like, it's done and over with, Nate. It's over with. Let it go. Let it go. And if I'm being honest, I do kind of feel like I am an apprentice or a mentor to people, but I never want to sound like I'm preaching. You see what I'm saying? But there might be some things that I might not be able to do as a person that I can speak about, that might be able to uh, guide another person with their own personal stuff. And sometimes that's how I feel like I am. I feel like I'm like, when I do my videos, I say you a lot. I have been giving a lot of my energy towards other people. I have been kind of spewing all of my knowledge, all of my thoughts, just the chaotic playground in my brain. I've been putting a lot of thought and time and energy into doing this to give to other people. I know it might not seem like that's what I'm doing, and I don't mind doing that, but I have to also focus on myself too. I have to make sure my mental state is right too. I got to make sure that I'm right mentally and psychologically, and that I'm speaking about things that I need to speak about too, because I got a little over the years. I've really been putting my time into doing this for you, the viewer out there that watches me. And I've been kind of neglecting myself, if I'm being honest. I've kind of been sacrificing myself for other people. But I'm still going to do what I do. I'm still going to do what I do, and I'm still going to do it how I do it because I only know how to do it my way. But the thing is, like I said before, I want to start making an honest living off of this. But the thing is, if I have to go to some dead end job, I'm not going to be able to focus on my writing and my music and other things because I'm either focusing on money and a job, or I'm focusing on my craft and music and making videos and putting out content, because that's what I do like and love doing. I love it. It's something that I want to do for the rest of my life. And I don't really want to get into that too much, but it's something on my mind. And that's what I mean. I can't hold back things that I really feel, because when I do that, it just builds up into something. But I just don't know if I want to go to a therapist to speak about some of the things that go on with me mentally and psychologically, and then do what I do, or put all of that into this channel and put all of my time and effort into that. But if I do that, those of you who are watching my videos, and I am not saying this to be a scammer. I'm not saying this to sound like I'm money hungry. I am not saying this to trick any of you, or to empty your pockets, or to be some, uh, I don't know. I don't know how to say the words, but if I could get those of you who do watch my videos, and you have the ability, like I said, to spare something every month, to make a monthly vow or something, that is going to help me to focus on something instead of worrying so much. Now, I know it's not anybody's problem. I know my financial issues right now are not anybody else's problem. I know that. I know it's not anybody else's problem. And having to talk about this, I think it's just normal. I think it's something that has to come up on every content creator's channel, even though they don't want to talk about it. But if I'm going to dedicate all of my time, and I'm going to put my very soul into this, and I'm going to give my mental health, and I'm going to give my thoughts and my writing, and I'm going to give everything I am, I have got to be getting more financial support on this channel. I just have to. I can't keep doing this for nothing. I mean, I had people that gave in the past, but it's just not going to suffice. It's just not going to suffice. I don't know how to say it to anybody that watches my videos or anybody that is here. But like I said, other creators and people that understand financial situations, they'll understand what I mean. I'm not going to get into it again because I already explained it. And like I said, I don't like talking about this, But in order to start running this platform because I want to be looked at as, even though I named this no label needed, I want to be kind of looked at as like an entrepreneur, but at the same time, someone who is speaking openly and honestly and as a creator and is many things, like many things in one. Like, I'm not just going to label myself one thing, but I want to be seen kind of as, see, I can't think off the top of my head what I want people to see, because I'm not trying to make people see me as anything. It's just the fact that if I'm going to be putting time into this and I'm going to be putting my energy into this, because if I'm being honest, I wore myself out. I kind of burnt myself out, if I'm being honest. And that's why I haven't been uploading a lot of videos, and I started writing again, because like I said, it doesn't seem like a lot. It doesn't seem like a lot, but it's time, and all that I got is time. All that I got is time here. It's all that I have. And I'm sorry, but we live in a world where time is money, y'all. You know, your energy and your effort is money. I don't like that it's like that, but right now I have to focus on an income. I have to. Like, there's just no other way. And I really hope that y'all can understand that. I really do, because I do feel like an asshole doing this video. I really do. But it has to be said, and I'm going to mention it in time to come, because when you're running a website or you're running a writer's blog or you're running a channel, you got to bring this stuff up. Now, I know there's some people that don't ask for donations and they don't ask for your help, or they don't ask for whatever to go to their website or to do anything, but it's something that I have to start doing. I mean, I should have did this like 5, 6 years ago and not dicked around, but I dicked around for all these years. Now it just looks like I'm Nate that is just gonna keep uploading and uploading and uploading and uploading and just doing it for free. Oh, this is the free guy that we go to listen to. And I know, I'm just saying, I know that y'all don't probably think that same thought, but I'm just saying it just can't be that all the time. I'm not getting paid from YouTube for these videos at all. I don't get money from YouTube. I don't get anything from doing the 700 some videos I did. I didn't make a penny besides some of the donations that I did get. So listen, I don't want to keep talking about this because it's even irritating me now, if I'm being honest. But it gotta be said. And I said this a while ago, and this is why, like, there was some little conniption that happened, and that whole thing, that whatever that was, that's dead and gone. I was a little bitter and sour about that for a little while, but I'm over it, because and I should have never got involved with the whole, the drama part of it, because and this is why I don't get involved. I just want to let anyone know that comes to my platform. I don't get involved with the comment section anymore, because I have to focus on me. I got to focus on what I'm doing. Like, I can't allow myself, because I'm already kind of like a schizo. I already have obsessive compulsive thoughts, and my mind's already chaotic. So I can't keep up with other people. I just can't do it, y'all. I really can't. I hardly have the energy to keep up with myself sometimes. So I just can't do it. I don't have it in me to do. So this is basically a video. If you get this far in the video, there's a lot of shit that I've been holding on to and letting it build again. And it's absurd that I let it go this long, because of fear of judgment and fear of other things. I'm still a human. I'm still a human just like everybody else. And I was kind of watching other channels where it's like this message, And this is why I'm being very careful with what I'm watching now and kind of the whole new age spiritualism stuff, because it burns you out. You know what I'm saying? Like I've been focusing on like thinking like I am strong enough to not be weak at all. You know, I'm strong enough to not have any problems and all this. And it's just it's bullshit. It's bullshit. It's just bullshit. I'm a human being. I'm not okay most of the time. I have problems. I got mental health stuff that goes on. But at the same time, all of that stuff I'm going to put into my craft. I'm going to put into what I do. I'm going to put into these videos because, and when I say this, I don't really like saying this either, but I feel like a lot of the internet, a lot of YouTube, a lot of things are fake. I just see it as being phony. It's not real. It's not genuine. It's not authentic. It's not original. It's like people pretending to be something for other people. And I can't hack that lifestyle. Like, I have to be, if something's bothering me, I gotta say, this is bothering me. If I'm going through some mental health crisis, I got to say, look, I'm going through this right now. And the thing with me is, like, the medication that I have been taking for a really long time, it's not working like it used to work. So that also got me. I'm not saying that I'm going to or I'm not going to, but that got me thinking, like, do I want to go to a rehab and just get all this shit out my system and go through the withdrawal and all that again, because I already know what that's like. But there's a reason that I'm on this stuff. And I'm not going to get into all that. That's my personal stuff, but that's not working as well as what it was. So now I don't have the same energy that I did before. I still have, whatever in me. I don't have kind of that extra little, push in me as what I did. And just having a couple deaths in my family over the years, I guess I've just been kind of mourning. I don't know. Like I said, I've been feeling really sad. It's just kind of this like doom and gloom feeling that I've been having. And the thing that's weird with me is I do love myself. I really do love myself. But there are a lot of things in my life that I don't like. Um, See, we've got to get this concept of like perfect out of our heads. This pretending has got to stop. We've got to stop with this pretending and acting as if and wearing these masks all the time for each other, because that's not life. There's gonna be problems. There's gonna be things happening. There's gonna be rainy days. And just accepting the fact that it's okay that I'm not okay. It's okay that I'm not okay. And then we get into the expectations of people that are on this like new age positivity stuff, and the reason why I can't stand that. But if someone else practices that, that's fine. Just don't push it on me. Don't force me to be this extra positive person, because to me it's just not real for me. I am a human being. I have feelings, I have thoughts, I have a memory, I have a mind, I have life traumas. I know what suffering is. This is why I'm a spokesman for suffering. And that's another thing lately that I've been kind of big on is like the suffering issue in the world. It's kind of like a one-way thing in this world. You know, if we're not suffering, then we just block out all the suffering that's going on. You know, because we're not going through something, we don't put ourselves in the shoes of anybody else. And that's another thing. That's another thing that I had to take a break from, but it's still there. Like I had this like compassion fatigue, like this compassion burnout. Because when you really take an honest look at what is going on in this world every day, you realize that things are fucked up. Now, see, people that are in denial just block all this shit out and act like it's not there. And that's what pisses me off. That's what gets me angry. And if I'm another thing, there are days where I get so angry. I get so infuriated with the ignorance that I see from my fellow men and people in this world. I try to ignore it. I try not to see things, and I don't involve myself with some things. Like I don't watch the news. I don't have a TV. I haven't watched TV for probably 5, 6 years. I mean, little when I go to my mother's house, she'll have the TV on, but I'll look at it for a second and turn away. Like I don't watch it. She watches the news and stuff, but I don't. I haven't watched TV for probably more than a second or a minute or something in the last, 7 years of my life. There was a time where I didn't watch TV for like a year and 3 months because I said, this is just not how I am. Like I don't care about these things. Like I just it's not my cup of tea. I'm someone that I need my silence and I need my sound. Silence is very important to me, and sound is very important to me. Writing is very important to me, and music is very important to me. Writing is the silence. That's my silence. And when I sit here, that's my silence. And music is my sound. These videos are my sound. This is the way I express myself through the filter. And I put it out in oblivion for y'all to listen to. But basically, you're not going to find authenticity like this most places. I mean, people won't tell you, but everybody's faking. Everybody's faking. And we all fake when we go out here. We all act like something we know we're not. I mean, we can't, come on, we can't lie to ourselves. I take things serious, but at the same time, some things I take serious, but it's kind of like seriously unserious. You know what I'm saying? Like I also have a side of me that you don't really see on camera like that. I have a crazy side. I have a very outgoing, just weird side too that I don't really film too much because it's in the moments where that's happening when I'm here just creating and stuff and filming every little thing. It's just it's not for me to do that. If I had cameras set up, maybe I'd film a little more, but anyway, this is this is a big time for learning in my life, like a very big time for learning, because all of this procrastination, all of this waiting for it to be perfect, like my music got to be perfect, my writing got to be perfect, my videos, everything got to be perfect. That has probably cost me a platform where I am getting the financial support and the support that I really need on here. So I'm not going to lie, it's kind of my fault too. But what can I do about it? It's the past, and I'm only focusing on now. This is why I started uploading my writings and stuff, because I got to start somewhere. And I feel to myself like I am very unique. I'm very authentic. I feel like I am very different because I let it be what it is. I don't try to make it anything. You know what I'm saying? I'm just me. And I know that there's going to be other people out there that feel this. And that's what I do it for. Of course I do it because I like and love it, but I actually do it for you, the person that comes here and watches. I actually do it for y'all. So to show me a little appreciation, help support me. That's all that I ask. Like I said, if you can give $1, $5 a month, if you can make a vow to do that, or liking the video, that's fine, y'all. That's fine. But it's really not enough, if I'm being honest with you. It's just really not enough. Like, I appreciate that, though, because it's going to help a little bit. And I know that lately I haven't been uploading a lot of content, but I'm just in a little rut here. I'm in a little rut here, and I'm someone that is not really good getting out of ruts, if I'm being honest. And see, having to admit these things in my programmed mind as a man shouldn't be hard, but it is hard for me to do. Because I still go by some of the conditioning and programming in my mind. It comes up, it's still there. But this has to be done. Like, this video has to be done because I don't have a therapist right now, and I'm not scared to say, listen, here's something I want to talk about before I end the video. We need to stop saying shit like, why would I go to a therapist? Therapy cannot help. Therapy doesn't do anything. Listen, that is not true for some people. And don't ask me why I haven't been going somewhere myself, because that's not true. It can help people. It can help some people. And if you think about it, life itself is a therapy session every single day. When you drink coffee, what is that? Therapy session. When you brush your teeth, therapy session. When you shower, therapy session. When you sleep, therapy session. When you write, make music, take a walk, that's a therapy session. Life is a continual therapy session. So if we're in denial of life being a therapy session, how are we going to get therapy? How are we going to get therapy if we don't even admit that life is a therapy session? And see, these are the things that I let build in me, but I got to stop doing this. It's a habit that see, that's fear coming back. That's I'm letting fear control my destiny again. And don't get me wrong, I know that I struggle with mental health stuff, and I do get depressed. I do struggle with depression. I'm not going to lie to everybody, but that is just a product of my life. That's circumstances. That doesn't make me who I am, because I am literally so many different things. You see, I don't know. Maybe I am scared of judgment, because maybe I'm scared of people's judgment, because I don't really know what other people think, or what other people's motives are, or intentions for anything. And maybe that not having that control of knowing scares me or something. I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know how to give answers because I don't have answers. And I don't want to claim to have answers, and I don't want to control people and control things. That's just not me. If anything, I am a Sigma male. I like doing my thing, going my way, surviving as best as I can, and to be honest, you see, honesty is power. Honesty is power. Of course, men that are violent, we call that power. That's not really power. That's murder. That's murder. That's genocide. That's not really power. See, we like to think of it like that because of history and what we've been taught and what we've been conditioned and programmed with. We like to think that's what it is. Let me tell you something. Honesty is power, my friend. The more authentic you can be with yourself, that is power. That's power. Do you feel that? That's power. And if you're anybody, now I want to say if you're anybody real, or if you're anybody that has discernment, or you are thinking and you're logical, you will feel that. I know you will feel that because what I feel, someone else is going to feel out there. And this is why I do see myself as a mentor and apprentice. I really do because I would like to have someone else out in oblivion mentor me and to have an apprentice myself. That'd be amazing. But finding that is hard. And if I ever would find something like that, I would treat it like a precious stone. I would be loyal to it. I would treat it with respect. I would honor it. I would put all of my energy and time and wisdom and everything that I am into that thing. You see, that's what this platform's all about, really. I may act silly sometimes. I may act kind of like a fool, but my foolishness is never malicious. I never do anything I do for malicious reasons. I have a bunch of personalities, yes, but I don't have a malicious personality because I already know where all that shit leads. I say keep killing and wars and all that kind of stuff, keep that for the TV shows, the movies, the entertainment world. I don't have a problem when it's in that form. But when it's brought into reality, then all it is murder. All it is bloodshed and chaos that we don't know. We watch movies and stuff like we see like Napoleon. I was watching a clip, and you see how they shot the cannons at the lake in the one scene where they're in a war, and the guys are falling in the water and it's freezing cold and they're trying to get out of it and the fucking horses are falling in and stuff. Do you know how terrifying that would be? To have your hands, your raw hands, trying to get out, and you're touching the ice and your skin's ripping and you're freezing. You're going to freeze to death in cold water. Like, war is cool until you're in war yourself. War is not cool. War is lunacy, brothers and sisters. Yeah, we like to watch it and we like to glamorize it and we like to talk about it and we like to make movies about it. And that's fine because that's what history really did. I even watch them myself. I even have that little side of my human nature where I watch that kind of stuff myself. I'm not going to be a hypocrite. And as y'all know, I don't call myself a vegan, but right now I am not eating meat. I relapsed a little bit ago, but I went like 5 months without eating it because I am someone that I cannot condone to the suffering going on anymore. I can't condone to the slaughter. I can't condone to sentient creatures that say ouch, just like us. I can't condone to that anymore. I just can't do it. When I got meat a while ago and I quote relapsed, yeah, I relapsed, and I'm not ashamed to say it. But when I did that, I'm like, Nate, what are you doing? Like, I'm not gonna do this. I'm not gonna attribute to this. Do I love the taste of meat? Yes, I do. I really do. But I have taken a brutal, honest look at the suffering going on. We want rights, right? We want to have our rights, right? Well, what rights do these sentient beings have? They don't have no rights. What rights do they have when they're being led to the slaughter? None. Zero. And we just think that we're somehow better so we can kill them. See, this is all the stuff that we've been programmed and conditioned with. And I know, 98, 99% of the subscribers on here more than likely eat meat. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, I don't want to come across as some fanatic, but at the same time, you almost have to be a little fanatical to stop doing what everybody else is doing. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not a fanatic though. Religiously, I'm not a fanatic. I think that there might be a God, but I'm not some fanatic like shoving it on people. There's this guy named what is it? Something Savage. Randy Savage or Mark Savage, John Savage. I can't think of what his name is, but I've been watching a couple of his videos. I'm kind of like him. He's someone that does believe in God, and he said, though, I can't get involved with the religion aspect. And that's how I am. I can't get involved with acting like I'm some goody two shoes or I'm some choir boy or whatever. I just can't do that because I'm a human. I have natural processes that I'm going to have until the day that I die. I have hormones, I have testosterone. I'm not acting like I don't have those things. So, I don't know. Before I end the video here, I have about 13 minutes on my phone, but I don't know if I want to keep talking. I'm just seeing what else I might have that I really need to talk about before I get off of this video, because I want to let it all out on this video. I don't want to keep anything with myself. Now, there are some things that I still do keep to me. I can't give everything. Like, you got to keep some things a mystery unto yourself. But the things that bother you, like your humanness, you can't hide your humanness here. It's ridiculous, people that do this. And this is why I think this new age spirituality is so dangerous, because people are talking about their higher self, and they're like working up to the levels of the ladder, and life is not a ladder. It's not about being higher or lower. I am not higher than you, and I am not lower than you. Do I think logically? Do I cause as less suffering as I possibly can? Am I accountable for myself? Am I responsible? Do I take accountability for my actions? That's what matters. Like, and the discipline I have as a person. That's all that matters. And that's the thing. And I'll say yet again, what are the alternatives for how we're living? Do any of us think of alternatives? You see what I mean? Like, this is kind of how the socialized way. See, there's three things, and I agree with this from some guy named Julian himself. There are three kinds of people, and I don't remember every tier. Not that I like doing this tier stuff, or like this doesn't have nothing to do with climbing up a ladder or anything, but There is like the socialites, like the socializing status, and then there is the realization, not that he said I'm saying this, but it's like realizing things, getting out of the denial, seeing things for how they really are. Like understanding what's really going on here, and to actually open our eyes to what is going on and to face it, and to stop making excuses for why things are the way that they are and have been for so long. And then the third thing is the transformation thing, where you actually start talking about it and you actually start living it and you actually start practicing, or you start putting it into your reality, like I am. I went for about 5 months without taking a bite of meat, and I ate something a little while ago, but since then I didn't do it again. And it's better than nothing, right? If another person would look for alternatives, and another person, we could stop some, most, or all of this suffering. If we could get everybody to recognize this or realize this or care enough. See, the question is, do you care? Do you care for suffering? That's the question. Do you care for suffering, or do you not care for suffering? I care for suffering. And I know what suffering is. But this is what scares me, though. This is what scares me about a lot of humanity. A lot of humanity does not know what suffering and a horrible situation is. They don't know what that is. So it's why a lot of people are very ungrateful. It's why a lot of people bitch and complain when they do have a bite to eat, and then they spit it out or throw it away with no, they didn't thank the animal. They didn't give it not a second thought. They order their food, they go to the store, and they don't even think about it. And I know that I'll be labeled as, a vegan or whatever people label me as. That does not matter to me at all, because the book of truth matters to me. The book of suffering matters to me. The book of authenticity matters to me. And, if we just sit back and we see things how they've been being seen for the last thousands of years, then the horrible things will never change. There will never be any alternative to those things. You see, we either care or we don't care. That's what it comes down to. And when you stir the pot up like this, people just don't like the change. They don't like that. They like it being a one-way thing. They don't like suffering to be a two-way thing. Just let me just say it like this. Would you put yourself in the shoes of those sentient beings that say ouch? Would you? Didn't think so. And look, I know that I might lose a lot of subscribers for this. I know that some people are like, this is ridiculous. I know some people don't care at all. And I cannot control that. And this is another thing that I have come to realize, is that there are things that I can control and there are things that I cannot control. And I have got to stop beating myself up over the things that I cannot control. And I cannot control other people's actions and their accountability and what they do. and where their thoughts and motives and intentions and all that are going. I cannot control that at all. So all that I can do is speak about what I know, that I even practice myself, that I even live myself, but yet I will call out my own hypocrisy too. It's almost impossible not to be somewhat of a hypocrite in this life. It's almost impossible. And when you call people hypocrites, they get angry. Why? We're all hypocrites. We all contradict ourselves. We are all the epitome of polar oppositions here. You can't get away from that fact. But the thing is, are you willing to call out and expose yourself on it? Are you willing to call yourself out on these things? Are you willing to care? Are you willing to make a change when a change is needed? You see what I'm saying? And this is not preaching. This is what a wise person does, that understands how foolish a lot of things are in this world that we keep doing, but we just ignore like it's not there. We just act as if it's not happening. But little do you know, when you're sitting in your comfortable home eating your sandwich, there's genocide going on right next to you somewhere. A mile or two away, there's gulags, literal extermination places, places of extermination and cruelness. And if I'm being honest, all I see is blood. All I see is blood sometimes. And it'll seem crazy to the minds of those who just think it's all right. There's no problem. There's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with eating a little bit of meat. There's nothing wrong with killing these animals. They're just stupid animals. There's nothing wrong with it. That's foolish. Now, I will say this. If I raised animals myself, and when they die, yes, I would cut them up and eat them after they're dead, though. I wouldn't do it while they're alive. I would wait until they die to eat them as a sacrificial dinner. Then we can enjoy the meat when they die. You see what I'm saying? That is a more humane way to do it. And if people had enough animals, over time they're going to die. So you'll get some meat. I don't know. Listen, I am not saying that I can change this world, and I'm not saying that I want to save the world, because I have this saying, I love you so much that I know I can't save you. You see, I love you so much that I know I can't save you. I cannot save you. I'm not saying I can save the world. It's just we have got to change our perception and the way we view this world, because there's not enough people doing that today. And we wonder why the world is going loony, and everybody's going crazy, and everybody's losing it, and everybody's doing all this dumb shit all the time. But at the same time, don't fall for the hype of everything either, because that's just a smoke screen too. See, this goes a lot deeper than what we think that it goes, y'all. I don't know if some of y'all really realize this, but it goes a lot deeper than what we think it does. There's a lot of smoke screens. There's a lot of pretending. They're selling you products that are bullshit, that we don't even need, that people think they need because of the programming. And you got people that were getting rich for the workers to work for, that just stay at a minimal level of living to get these people rich. And I'm not saying that capitalism is altogether bad, but the way I would have the world is to incorporate some of the capitalism system into a new world. a accountable anarchy. The vision that I still have up here, but I don't have the resources and manpower to happen right now. So I'm almost out of time here. I got about 20 more seconds. So I said pretty much what I wanted to say. So yet again, y'all, go down in the description, help support me on PayPal or on my Medium page. And my art stuff's not going to be there much longer. So just do that. The link's below. Thanks.